All right, let's get right into it. Welcome back to part 2 of our 6-part AI FinOps Explainer. Now, if you hung out with us for part 1, you know we dug into the kind of hidden realities of AI economics. Well, today, we're pulling directly from chapter 2 of our source material, and it is all about taking action. We're going to lay down the absolute blueprint for establishing what they call radical visibility into your organization's AI spend. Because let's face it, the days of just blindly paying whatever the vendor invoice says, yeah, those are over. We have to build a real infrastructure of transparency. And we're kicking things off with a fundamental truth straight from the text. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. I mean, it sounds super simple, right? But in the world of artificial intelligence, that is actually a massive hurdle. Managing the wild, volatile nature of AI economics takes really deliberate instrumentation, and frankly, most orgs out there just haven't built it yet. You literally cannot treat this like your old-school static software licenses. We've got to start measuring every single interaction. So here's our game plan for today. We're hitting 4 steps. 1. Building a unified API monitoring posture. 2. Capturing token-level metadata. 3. Building business-aligned AI KPIs. And finally, 4. Expanding the monitoring perimeter. Let's get to it. Step 1. Unified API monitoring posture. Just look at the sheer variety of tools modern teams are playing with right now. You've probably got developers hitting OpenAI, your product teams might be messing around with Google Gemini, maybe some enterprise ops are tied to Azure OpenAI, and your researchers are off using Anthropic Claude. Well, the very foundation of AI FinOps means you have to connect every single active API key from all those different providers into one centralized observability platform. Because if you leave them in their own little silos, you're just flying blind. We need them all unified so finding anomalies actually becomes proactive rather than, a reactive scramble at the end of the month. So how do we actually pull that off? The source material is pretty clear here. You have to intercept and log every single inference request in real time. We're talking about putting tools to work like Langsmith, Helicone, or even rigging up your own custom middleware layers. The goal? You want to capture the exact token counts, the specific model versions people are calling, and the latency for every single request. Without that interception layer constantly running in the background, getting accurate cost attribution is honestly just impossible. All right, moving on to step 2, token-level metadata and attribution. This is where it gets interesting. By applying structured tagging to those API requests we just talked about, you totally transform a flat, boring vendor invoice, the kind that just gives you a big, scary top-line number, into this highly visible, multi-dimensional data set. Suddenly, this isn't just a headache for the finance department anymore. It becomes a shared resource that engineering and finance can actually look at, analyze together, and fully understand. Okay, so what exactly are we tagging? Our text lays out a very specific required tagging hierarchy. Every API request absolutely must be tagged with this metadata. First up, who is making the request? Is it a specific user or is it a service account? Second, what team or business unit do they actually belong to? Third, what exact project or product feature is this request for? And fourth, and this is the holy grail, what is the business outcome being pursued? Putting this discipline into practice guarantees total clarity on where your compute resources are actually going. And here's exactly why you need that tagging hierarchy. When a massive cost spike hits, and let's be real, in AI, it's a matter of when, not if. This precise tagging lets you instantly pinpoint where it came from. In just a few minutes, you can figure out, oh, our bill doubled because of that new feature we just pushed. Or, okay, the marketing team is running a really heavy experiment. Or maybe it's just one user copying and pasting entire textbooks into a prompt. The point is, you aren't guessing anymore. You actually have the data. Next up, step 3, building business-aligned AI KPIs. Let's see how this builds from the ground up. Over on the operational side, you have cost per inference. Now, don't get me wrong, that is a fantastic operational metric. It's super helpful for the engineering teams trying to keep the lights on. But we can't just stop there. We have to translate those raw technical numbers into real business metrics. Things like cost per resolved support ticket, or cost per customer interaction, or cost per generated document. We literally have to connect the raw compute cost directly to the actual value it's delivering to the business. At the end of the day, setting up these value-driven composite metrics does something absolutely crucial. It gives your CFO a language they actually understand. It creates a real infrastructure of accountability. When the economy gets weird, budgets tighten up. But having these business-aligned KPIs means you can have intelligent, nuanced conversations about trade-offs. You can see exactly which AI investments are actually generating ROI. And that stops the completely disastrous panic move of just cutting AI spend across the board because the invoice looked a little too high. Which brings us to our final step, Section 4, expanding the monitoring perimeter. Look, your observability lifecycle has to be dynamic. It's a moving target. On day one, your org might onboard a bunch of exciting new models. By month one, internal teams are probably spinning up brand new shadow AI tools. Your monitoring perimeter absolutely has to expand right alongside them. If your tracking doesn't keep up with how fast your organization is adopting this stuff, you're going to get gaps in your visibility. And the source material specifically warns us about this. Those blind spots are exactly where uncontrolled spend just silently piles up. So how do we prevent those gaps and keep this radical visibility going long-term? Strict governance. You have to assign explicit, ongoing ownership of your whole observability stack to a named individual or a specific team. The text actually suggests this usually works best sitting in platform engineering or IT finance. And whoever it is, they have to be mandated to run a really strict quarterly review process, just to make sure your monitoring coverage is still 100% complete across the entire enterprise. As we wrap up part 2 of this AI FinOps explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty critical question to chew on. Do you truly know who owns your observability stack today? I mean, if you can't point to a specific person or team right now, your AI spend is probably already slipping into the shadows. Give that some thought as you look over your own infrastructure. And definitely get ready because in part 3, we are going to dive into the exact methodologies for auditing all this consumption. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.